Hey, Joel here, and I'm in Medellin, Columbia. What a beautiful, beautiful country. And while I was here with my girlfriend, we wanted to go see some of the sights of Medellin, and I met this awesome fellow right here. His name's Juan Pablo Porras. Juan Pablo Porras. And he's a dual citizen of Colombia and Venezuela, right?
Yes.
And how long you grew up in Venezuela?
Yes, I was born in Caracas, Venezuela. My mom was born here in Colombia, so I got the double nationality. I'm Colombian and Venezuelan as well.
Okay, and you got out of Venezuela before things got really bad, right?
Well, yeah, I got out of Venezuela. It was bad already when I was there, but I got out of there before it got really, really, really bad, because every day it getting worse and worse, that country. The inflation rate, every day the money is the worthless money in the world. People make, if you are lucky to have a job in Venezuela, because another thing is that you can't find a job over there. So there's a lot of unemployment. So if you have a job, you make as a low salary $3 a month.
A month?
A month.
How does anybody eat or live?
I don't know. So that's what a lot of people over there, they are leaving the country, because literally people are dying, they're starving to death. Last year, 40,000 children died of starvation. That's a fact.
Well, once upon a time, not too long ago, Venezuela was the richest and most affluent country in South America.
And really touristic.
Right? The envy of South America and many other countries in the world. What happened?
What happened was, like, back in the day, Venezuela used to be democracy country, you know? And
like America.
And in 1999, it turns into a socialist country when President Hugo Chavez got elected as a president. So since then, the president started going down, and then when Chavez died, which was in 2012 or 2013, around that, Nicolas Maduro got in the press as a president, and the country went like this, straight to the bottom.
So he is also a socialist.
He's also a socialist dictator.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it, it's a dictator.
Right, it's a dictatorship.
And he
now
says that his country is democracy, that's human rights, but it's full of lies. You can believe. He said that Venezuela it's okay, when in reality it's not okay. People are dying. You go to the supermarkets, there's no food, they're empty. You can find probably Coca-Cola, Pepsi, but you don't find pasta, rice, beans, like the basic food that you need for you to live. You cannot find it in any supermarket.
So here's my question: If the country was so prosperous, why did people vote for Hugo Chavez in the first place?
The first place, well, the ignorance of the people. The majority of the people in Venezuela, they are poor people. So a lot of them, they haven't have the education that they need to be smart enough to don't get brainwashed by these candidates to be president. So other thing, you go to the drugstore and you cannot find even a pill for a headache. You can find deodorant, shampoo, makeup for the girls doesn't exist, diapers for the babies doesn't exist. So the country collapsed in all the ways that you can think of, all the ways. And Venezuela is the country that have more oil in the world. And even we having problem with the gas. With people to fill their tanks in their cars, my brother that are still living there, they tell me, when I used to live back in Venezuela 4 years ago, they used to take them 3 hours in a line to fill their tank. Now, they taking 2 days making a line to fill up the tank of his car with gasoline.
Okay,
that's
so
crazy. Why
that
that's
is
happening? I
crazy.
don't understand that.
So you said that the people weren't educated, but Chavez must have promised the people something that would give them a reason to want to vote for him. What did he promise them?
Well, I saw one of his speechmen before Chavez was a president. I was in Merida City, which is in Los Andes in Venezuela, and I saw 100 of people walking through the street, and I started following the crowd, and end up being it was a speechman of Hugo Chavez before being a president, and I started listening to his speechman, and what he was saying was everything was not making sense to me, because if somebody's gonna throw himself as a president, they're gonna talk about how they're gonna fix their problems that the country has, or how they're gonna make the country better. He didn't talk anything like that. He was saying, we're gonna fry the corrupt people, the people that are stealing the money from Venezuela, we're gonna fry in the pan. And people that were like, yeah, yeah. And I was looking at everybody, I was like, what? That he's not talking like fixing the real problems. He's just talking about burning or frying the other candidates that they wanna be president. That's really stupid. And people believing, and the ignorance was that people vote for him because the majority they're poor, and he helped a lot of poor people.
Well, what did he say about the rich people?
He was born poor, Chavez, and he died rich. So he got a lot of hate of the rich people. He hated rich people. But he became rich, and Venezuela became a socialist country, right? Socialist country they're supposed to make their own products and don't use any product for other countries. That's what socialism is about it. But Chavez family, his daughters, they go to United States and they see post picture in Facebook using Levi's, using Oakley's sunglasses, all kind of American brands. So what is the socialism example? If they're Chavez kids, they use American brands, you know.
So did he want to take? Typically in socialism, what you hear of is there's a redistribution of wealth. That the money that the rich have, they have too much, and everybody else needs to have theirs.
Yeah, they used to start taking, for example, if a rich guy used to have a farm with, let's say, 30,000 acres, he used to take from that person 10,000 acres and give it to the poor people and build houses for the poor people.
Just take it.
Just take
Take
it.
what wasn't his from somebody
like
who
just
earned
take
it.
it for not legally, just in the bad ways with the military. This is mine now, and there's nothing that you can do.
So what happened to the rich people then? Because their money is worth a lot less too. I just read the other day that inflation in Venezuela on the bolivar is now 200,000%. So what happened to the rich people?
The most of the rich people, they have left the country. They have left to countries like United States or Europe. Mostly all my family. The only ones that are in Venezuela, it's my mom, my brother, and my nephew. And the rest, they're in other countries. I have a cousin in London, I have family in the United States, I have another cousin in Netherlands. I'm here in Colombia because I got the nationality, so it was easy for me to get a legit job in here and speak English. And I'm working as a tour guide in here, and I love my job in here. So far so good, working out.
But you send money back to your mother and
your
family.
I help them out because they don't get in their pension. My mom is 70 years old. She's not getting the pension that she's supposed to get for being an old person, in third age. They say third age?
Yeah.
Tercera edad? Yeah, when they are older than 60 years, all the people should get a paycheck every month.
But she
because they're
doesn't get
old.
hers anymore.
No. And also my oldest brother, he used to work for the oil company, which was the best job that you could get in Venezuela back in the day, which was PDVSA. PDVSA, that's the initial, PDVSA, Petróleos de Venezuela, that was the company. And my oldest brother worked all his life in PDVSA, and PDVSA bankrupt right now, collapsed. My brother's supposed to
Because
get...
of the government policies?
Yeah, the government
What?
took PDVSA.
They took it over.
Yeah, took it over, and they stole all the money. The government took over the bank. He's stealing the money. He's stealing everything. The main industries that make food, they took over. They're making like they are the owners. So they're doing with the country whatever they want.
So there are people in America, there's political candidates that are suggesting that the rich have too much and the rich should take, what they have. They're not paying enough taxes, and they're saying that we need the government to take over our healthcare system, and the government should run a lot of the industries that the private sector now runs. What would you say to Americans that are thinking about electing somebody that promises them free stuff?
But you gotta be smart enough and open-minded to see the truth, because you can't believe in all what the most of those guys, they say lies. They promise and promise and promise, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. So socialism doesn't work. Forget about that. And it's never gonna work. It never have worked in any country, and it's not gonna work even if you think that it's gonna work, because I heard that the new generation in the United States, they are thinking in socialism, because a friend of mine lived in the United States 10 years. 5 years in New Jersey, 5 years in California. And a friend of mine told me that the new generation right now, they are thinking different, they're thinking like socialism and stuff, and that's really crazy, because you guys wanna United States gets like Venezuela? No, right? United States is the best country in the world. People go there to become the American dream. People go there for that, and you guys don't wanna your country collapse in the economy, in like unhealthy, in the hospitals and food. You don't want that for you guys. So socialism doesn't work.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you, brother.
Yeah, my pleasure talking to
Great
you
guy.
guys. I hope you guys take this example. Don't believe the lies that Maduro is saying, because he keeps saying that Venezuela is fine. I saying Venezuelan come back to the country, and let's gonna make how they're gonna make the country. You make $3 a month. You can't even buy one chicken with $3. How a father of a family can support a family with $3 a month? You can't even buy a box of cereal with that. So that's why people are starving and they're leaving. And most of the people coming to this country, Colombia, because next to is the easiest and cheapest country to come, and you don't need a visa to come to Colombia.
And it's beautiful here. Come to Medellin.
Yeah,
and if you do
yeah.
come to Medellin, then you need to look up Juan Pablo here on Instagram. It's at Medellin Magic, and I'll tag that in the video. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome, Joel.